Okay, so should we address the Hunter Dekkers situation?
Well,
Because
the
you
problem,
were pretty.
the one problem here though is there as of right now there isn't anything to address, not officially.
Okay. Shut it down, Mark. Shut it down, Mark. Shut the mark. We're done. Show's over. Have a good
Well,
night,
no,
everybody.
I'm clarifying because the investigation is not over, and Hunter Dekkers is just a name that has come up. Like that's it. Like right now, it's just a rumor. We don't have an official word that he is done
I'm not saying he's done. Did I ever say
or
that?
suspended or involved in the gambling thing. Nobody knows that for
Oh,
sure.
he's involved with the gambling thing.
Oh, have you talked to him? Have you talked to the Iowa Gambling Association?
I can tell you on 100% authority, he is involved with the gambling
He
thing.
may, and that's I mean I've heard the same thing. Everybody's heard the same thing for the last 6 months. That's not like new information, but like, I mean, he's either involved or he's not. If he is, we go to the next guy. If he's not, great.
So who is
whatever.
the next guy? Who is the next guy?
Right now, I would say it's either JJ Cole or Rocco Becht. JJ Cole is obviously the better prospect, much higher ceiling as a player, but he's a true freshman. You don't love the idea of throwing a true freshman out there in his second game against Iowa.
Did he enroll early?
Yeah, he was here in January. So that's good. And from everything I've heard is that his work ethic is what you would hope a freshman QB's would be, wherever. So which, who knows? It's an offseason rumor. But it's certainly possible that he's ready to go. I don't know. That's they'll probably find that out. They'll probably know quite a bit more after fall camp. Right now, if we're gonna just assume that Hunter Dekkers is out for a few games, let's just assume he's out for the foreseeable future or whatever it is, an indeterminate number of games. If I had to guess, unless JJ Cole is a really big standout player in fall camp, which is it's possible, he's a very talented kid. But Matt Campbell has also historically not really played a lot of true freshmen, unless they like are truly outstanding, like Brace Hall, Brock Purdy, that kind of thing. If I were a bet man, I would probably say Rocco starts game one, and if that's the case, that's fine. The way I explained it last week too, and I think this is the best answer to kind of define the situation a little bit, is that the quarterback play is problem number 4 on the offense. Like the first thing needs to get solved without a doubt is the offensive line, and the running backs need to be healthy, and the scheme needs to be better. If you solve those 3 problems, whoever plays quarterback is not going to be it's not really going to matter a lot who takes the snaps at quarterback because everything else will be working around them. So if those things aren't fixed and the quarterback struggles, it's because the other things are not fixed. Like there's other priorities ahead of the quarterback that whether Rocco starts or JJ starts, if the other 3 things are taken care of, either one will be fine.
Mark, you want to chime in on this? I know you're not the idea that quarterback is still the most important position on the field. Sure. And so even if those other things are fixed, if they've got a guy who doesn't know what he's doing, he doesn't know his left hand from his right out there, that's going to be a problem.
My counter to that would be, let's go back to 2018 when Brock Purdy made his first start.
Keep in mind, I'm an Iowa fan, and I've watched Spencer Petras at quarterback for 3 years.
Right, so you know what bad quarterback play looks like.
Yeah, I do.
So, well, fortunately, Iowa State has had, generally speaking, very good quarterback play for the last half a decade.
You've had good quarterback play. They haven't had very good, but they've had good. Go ahead. Half a decade? So basically Brock Purdy. That's all.
And Kyle Kemp. Are we just going to ignore Kyle Kemp's 2017 season? Are you kidding? Dude went down to beat Oklahoma in his first start ever. Whatever.
Sorry.
Splitting hair. But anyways. So you are correct that quarterback is still the most important position on the field. No doubt about it. Iowa State has a history, and they have established data points showing that they are, generally speaking, good at accounting for quarterbacks that aren't extraordinarily talented or whatever. Hunter Dekkers, despite his many failings and sometimes his propensity for making kind of weird decisions, he did still lead the Big 12 in completion percentage and things like that. They gave him about as good a shot as he was going to get with the personnel that was there and the scheme that was there. They gave him as good a shot as he was going to get. And Hunter Dekkers sometimes decided he had shit for brains and was just going to throw it into nowhere, and it was going to get intercepted. And for that reason, whether it's JJ Cole or Rocco, even though, yes, they're young and we need to see what they can do in a live game. We saw a little bit of Rocco, and he was fine. They're going to adjust the scheme for the quarterback to give them the best chance to succeed. Sometimes that might just be a whole bunch of checkdowns and stuff to the tight end and underneath routes and stuff like that. And if that's what you got to do, then that's what you got to do. And that's what they did a lot last year, much to my chagrin. And it didn't work, but
that doesn't bode very well for the Cyhawk game.
No, it does. No, it doesn't. And I mean, I don't know if I've been on record or not, but I'm pretty like I don't have a lot of confidence in this year. I know like you and I were both on like I was definitely going to win last year, and then obviously they didn't or whatever. But
who said that?
We were both, I don't remember ever saying. We both agreed that Iowa was going to win last year.
We talked
back to the tape.
We can go back to the tape. Do you remember what game we were coming? Iowa was coming off of before that Iowa State game?
No,
I don't think I ever made a comment that. Oh yeah, I was
okay. I said that Iowa was going to win. Okay. The biggest Iowa State homer of all time, said that Iowa was going to win. Anyways, the point here really though is that I'm not expecting Iowa State to beat Iowa. I'm hoping we get a bowl game right now. That would show progress and we're good there. I'm not expecting a good season from Iowa State or anything like that. I want to see improvement. Like the offense doesn't need to be in 2017 Oklahoma. They just need to be fine. They need to show some improvement.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Why so the goal is basically Nebraska standards. Like that's basically so in one year, Iowa State fans have went back to saying we're just good with not being crap every 3 to 4 years. If you go from winning a Fiesta Bowl and thinking,
hold on. Time out. You're framing that in a really weird way. You're framing that in a really weird way.
Y'all just went 4-8 last year, and you're saying, well, I don't expect
we were the fourth youngest team in college football.
That was last year, and if Matt
overturned an entire offense, including the best quarterback in school history, the best running back in school history, the 2 best tight ends in school history, and the best receiver in school history. How are you going to just expect every team to just recover from that? We're not Alabama. We're Iowa State. I mean, we have down years.
First of all, let's make sure we characterize the words that just came out of your mouth. Everything you just said was ended with in school history. So that doesn't tell me anything.
Breece Hall was a 2-time All-American and set the record.
I'm not talking about Breece Hall. I'm not talking about Breece Hall. When you bring up
every single passing
guess what?
record
When you bring up your 2 tight ends that aren't starters anywhere in the league, I don't care about that. That means nothing to me.
They're both second.
Neither of them starters in the.
Where are you going with this?
You're bringing up these.
They were
examples.
objectively good players. If Iowa lost the best
players,
if Iowa lost the best, Corey, listen to me. If Iowa lost 6 of the best offensive players in school history in the same season, would you not expect a drop off?
I would, because they'd be a lot better
players
than anybody that Iowa State has had in the last 5 years.
The point here, so yes, last season was not great. They were very young. They were also very close to doing a lot better, but they needed to do a lot of things. Not a single Iowa State fan said they were good last year, and most of us are still on board that they're probably going to struggle this year. Ideally, 2024 is we're going to get back on to try to get eight wins or something, or 8-9 wins or whatever it is, and we're back on track.
So how did that thing do? That's my question, Levi. How did that, besides just saying, well, they had some of the best players in school history that climbed them to success, how does it derail that much where it takes 3 years to get back to 8 wins? I mean, I'm not trying to compare Iowa and Iowa State, but Levi, you realize that Iowa fans, they had 1-4-8 year in 2012. Basically, every other year has been 8 wins.
They also play in the worst division in the Power 5.
Oh my goodness.